You never played in the summer league. You played in the G League, obviously broke out in the G League. Take me through the steps of how you handle your pro career and your route.
Yeah, I mean, going in, I knew it would be a struggle. I knew it would be a hurdle. I had everything against me. Obviously being undrafted, not having I guess the leg up that a draftee would have in terms of an investment and so forth. So, initially I thought I'd give it 2 years to the G League and just give it that route and try to just grind my way up. And right when I almost lost hope in the league, I get a call from my agent, Bill Neff, and he says, "Look, we got this team and we got Miami looking at you." I said, "Man, if you don't call Miami back immediately, get off the phone with me, call them back. Let's see if we can get this done." He woke me up from my sleep with that call, and it was like the best cup of coffee I ever had. I was wired at that point. So, a couple hours later, we ended up narrowing it down and getting everything situated. And before I knew it, I was on a flight out to Sioux Falls, actually.
What is your motto? Is it motivating you being the underdog, the guy that's always had to kind of scrap and claw?
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what my route has been always, I think. And there was a moment when I was at the beginning of this process where I thought things might change, and it took me a little time to realize that it's not going to change, that this is my reality, and I needed to just embrace it and lean into it even more. And ever since then, that's what I've done.
This Heat organization is very similar in that way. And when you talk about scrapping and clawing, game 2, perfect example, 74 points you guys score. I believe that's a record. Most points by a group of undrafted players. But what do you think that says about the organization as a whole and you being a part of it?
Yeah, I think it talks about our depth as well, right? I mean, we got guys that are playing roles, and the minute they get take the shackles off, so to speak, they're able to go and perform in such a manner. And, definitely happy for my guys that play well. We're a part of that as well. And, Miami's done a great job developing talent too. They go find guys like myself and develop us and put time into us. And, when the opportunity presents itself, we put in the work to be ready.
You've recently become the starter for the Heat in these playoffs. Kyle Lowry has been a very accomplished veteran leader. So what was that like? Was there a conversation that you two had? Was there some leadership that was displayed by Kyle Lowry?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I think he was out with injury, right? And that's when I really stepped into it. And any time that he's missed a game ever since he's been here, or even been there, he's been in my ear, whether it's a coverage or this team, they like to do this, or this coach is known for that. And he's been giving me bits of wisdom left and right, even off the court stuff. So in terms of mentorship, he's been huge for me in my development. So I'm definitely grateful for God.
And this is a team that's kind of full of leaders, right? Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry. What does it say about that? Yeah, you guys have a group of young guys, but to have an established culture and leadership as well.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we got a lot of alphas in one room, and sometimes it could look crazy on the outside when you're looking in, and we kind of get a little animated, but sometimes that's just the way we need to communicate at that given moment. But it's been great. Jimmy's been wonderful. He's been, one of the best players in the playoffs, when he's playing. So we're rallying behind him, and he's leading us.
His capability of turning it on, but this postseason specifically, like you said, he's been one of the best players, that 56-point barrage that he had. What have you seen from Jimmy this postseason compared to the past ones?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's been him all season. I think if we would have put together some more wins, he may have been in that conversation. The numbers he's been putting up has been crazy all year long. His averages are crazy. But, to me, it's almost, I'm not surprised anymore. And even sometimes he'll still surprise me. And I see this guy every day. So he's just a hell of a competitor, man. He loves to win, loves to win. So he's going to do whatever he needs to do any given night to secure a W. And it's awesome to be part of. I just think he's a tough cover. It's hard to not foul him. Then it's hard to not stay in front of him. And when he starts knocking down jumpers, I don't really know what guys are going to do. What do you do with him? He's making his jumper. You got to try to play the drive. He attacks so aggressively. So he just poses a lot of different threats. He sees the game well. He's very unselfish. He has no problem going out there and having 20 assists if that's the flow of the game. He just is always looking to make the right basketball play and just has such a respect for the game overall. He's easy to play with.
So you're going to go into free agency this summer, unrestricted free agency. What's your mentality going to be like now, being a guy that for the first time in your career, you're going to be sought after?
First and foremost, playoffs are the focus. But I'd be lying if I said it was never on my mind. Naturally, I think it would be on everyone's mind. But going into it, I just want to, try to be in the best situation, best opportunity possible. So that may look like different things depending on circumstances, but we'll just take it one day at a time when we get there.